All right, what up, though? Welcome back. So I want to go over this next couple of series, and they'll be kind of brief, a little bit long here and there. But this next series I want to kind of go with you is it's going to be titled "Let Them Cook." And in this one, I want to talk about when I say "let them cook," I'm going to talk about with you guys the importance of letting those who want to hate on you, who want to talk about you in a negative way, who want to put you down, who want to make you feel like your dreams, your goals, whatever, are not, worth it. What you're posting is not good. Those who may want to say, why you doing this business the way you're doing the business, let them hate and let them cook. Okay. You know the phrase "let them cook." I'm taking it from the young people, but everything evolves, everything changes. But I like it though. Let them cook. If you know what it means is let the person get in their bag and let them do them, right? Because they feeling themselves. They're starting to get hot, right? So you let them cook, right? And so I want to use this analogy over the next couple, or this phrase over the next couple, now analogous to some things I think that are important that I've been pondering over and kind of positioning in my mind as I'm going through, my evolution, my next stages of career development, pursuits in, travel, pursuits in new business developments and acquisitions and that type of thing, and mergers that I'm doing. uh, I realize you got to let those who want to talk about you cook. And it's a number of reasons why um, you let them cook. And I'll go over a few of them real quick. Number one, you let them cook because, for one, when you let the chef in the kitchen start to cook, normally it takes a while because they're putting together a masterpiece, right? They're putting together something that's going to, wow you, right? But while you're cooking, or while they're cooking rather, you're getting hungrier, right? And so if we take that same analogy, while the haters out there hating, you need to get hungrier and and get more tenacious and more focused and more, streamlined on continuing to go after what it is that you are being hated on about, or being told you can't do, or being, informed this is not the right decision. You need to get hungrier. You need to get more intense with uh, the focus, the narrowing of what it is that you want to bring about. They say, when you're hungry, you go out there, you do what you got to do, right? You figure it out because you need to get that next meal, right? That's why it's important to let the haters cook. Don't worry about what they're doing, what the ingredients they putting in, what they saying, how they saying it, who they talking to, how often they say it. Let them do what they do. So that's number one. Get hungry, go more focused. Number two, you let them cook because when they cook, they actually bring more energy to you, unbeknownst to them. It's funny when these current elections were going on before current, president is in office right now. Obviously, most don't agree with him in general, right? However, somehow he got elected, right? Um, I'm gonna say this because I said this to my older parents um, back when the whole, when they were all when Biden was still in office and they were running the campaigns and everything, and they were trying to actually get Trump indicted on charges, right, to get him arrested and all that. I was saying to them then, I said, it's funny. You watch, you'll probably end up winning the election. I said this probably about a year before the campaign started. I was like, he's probably going to win the election because what you don't realize you're doing is you're putting the energy towards him. Everybody, by talking about him, bringing him up, you're putting the energy towards him, and under the pretense he's wrong, he's ruthless. He was, he did the insurrection, all that. He incited all that, whatever you want to say. But the more you keep talking about it, the more he stays relevant, right? And for those who don't know and are not aware, not trying to pay attention, they now become aware of him, and they're going to take a side, and they end up taking a side where they elected him. So I'm saying to say it's very funny in life. The thing that everybody wants to say, don't do that. He's bad. He's not good. LeBron, they want to hate. Everybody wanted to hate on him, right? It's seemingly interesting. 23 years this young man has been a pro athlete and been, on top of the game. 23 years. People want to hate on him year three, year four, year five, because he said he was a chosen one. Then he did, then he left Cleveland, and he went to Miami, then he went to LA, went back to Cleveland, and he went to LA. People want to hate. But if you haven't noticed, 23 years, 23 years, he's been on top. That's a long time. That's 2 decades plus of being on top. And all those haters want to hate. Now, again, I'm not saying whether he's the GOAT or not. I'm not talking about that. But I mean, but you still got to give credit to that. He is he is a phenomenal player, right? So it's interesting though. What he do? He let them cook. He let the haters cook. He got hungrier, and unbeknownst to the haters, the more they talk about him, the more he gets publicity, more he gets endorsement deals, movies, this, that, and the other, right? Because the more they talk about you, the more they elevate you, even unbeknownst to them. Trump got elected, so I'm like, the proof is in the pudding of the cyclical nature of life, how life happens through principles. Let them cook. You don't have to let or go back and forth or even be mad at that they're cooking. The third thing is you let them cook because you let them be in their lane. You let them do what they do. You stay focused on what you're doing. I once said, I was once told, and I say it now, if everybody likes you, you're doing something wrong. The reason why that's an important thought to really understand is because if everybody likes you, that means you're being two-faced, or you're a what's the animal insect that can change its colors, right? You're to anything that it's attached to. You're being a chameleon, or I guess a chameleon, right? You're being fake and phony. You're not being centered and stoic on what it is you need to be. Because if James, John, Justin, Samantha, Ebony, Matthew like you, these are all six totally different people. I mean, maybe two of them might like you genuinely, you know what I'm saying? Four, are going to be like, yo, I can't stand that person. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? That is okay. You talking about different people. You can't match all of what they want, and you shouldn't want to. It's okay to have differences or people not accept you. But the ones who don't accept you and want to talk about you, they unknowingly tend to elevate you just because they're keeping you in conversations and rooms you weren't even supposed to be in, but they brought you in thinking they're doing it wrongly, not realizing somehow they're continuing to elevate you. So you let them cook. These are the main three reasons why I say and why I want to bring this little series to you. Let them cook, man. In this particular case, when it comes down to the haters, people tell you you can't do it. It doesn't. It's not right. Most people fail at this, whatever it may be. They are the ones who are not the man or woman in the arena. They're the ones who are watching you verbalize or show by actions the desires and dreams you have set for yourself, and you're pursuing that. And why they have time to talk about you is because they're not pursuing their own to the level that they want to pursue their, for whatever reason, fear, can't, responsibility, whatever the reason might be. The projection becomes onto you. You can't do it. You shouldn't be doing it. We're gonna talk about you. You stink. Whatever. You spend too much money. Your teeth are too fake. Your butt's too big. Whatever it might be. This is why I never get involved in gossip or communication that has nothing to do with what I'm trying to do at the present time, which is move my life forward. If the conversation does not pertain to someone's ability of how they achieve or why they are achieving the excellence they're seemingly achieving at that time, I don't need to talk about the comedy or the lack of what seems to be professional or tomfoolery that may be a thing. I don't need to waste my time on that because I know to some looking at me, what I'm doing is tomfoolery. What I'm doing might not be the most structured or reasonable thing. And what I have to figure out in my life is how can I continue to walk my path by using my five principles. When I convene with my higher power, step three, I have to make sure I am tweaking the things that need to be tweaked that are conducive to my necessity to continue to evolve well, not conducive to match the terms of what everybody on the outside who's not the man or woman in the arena has to say what they think they know about their opinion. Because what they say about opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one, right? I'm not worried about giving my opinion on every situation, every Tom, Dick, and Harry. I could care less about the latter, and giving my opinion about every situation. When you come to this platform, as you see, I'm giving overall more esoteric thought to general ideas based off of the five principles, but but giving thought to pontificate on how we can move in a fashion that will improve us, not to sit around and gossip or talk about what the latest topic is or the latest news is about someone's opinion of a thought or energy that's moving in a certain direction, right? That's not what this is about. I believe I let them cook I let them do them in that lane. What I need to focus on is building out a business, building out a brand, building out a man or a person, a being on this earth that is to me worthy of someone wanting to let them cook or let them hate on me, because that means I'm following a path that I believe is right for me, also align with my higher power in order to be able to deliver something that's going to be impactful, quality, long lasting in a world where we need to continue to evolve well. Every phase has its difficulty of life. Every phase has its unique moments. Every phase has its unique people who step up and step out and say, hey, we believe by, and I believe by doing this way, and I've had history, I've had experience by doing these systematic things in this way. It's worked out to continue to propel me and propel those around me in a better position. Not always great, not always, the pinnacle of success, but more often not, still sustainability of delivering high quality, close to excellence that needs to be delivered at that time for whatever it is we're trying to achieve. So this is why I let them cook. I don't worry about the haters. I don't worry about the naysayers. I don't worry about that, because again, 90% of the time, those naysayers are people who've never done what you're doing, who never even tried to push past the obstacles that have hindered or blocked them. So when they see you going out and doing the thing and staying consistent and moving forward, they have to say something or figure out it has to be something. We're gonna verbalize, DM, message, comment that thing to you. Your job is not to respond. Your job is to let them cook. Your job is to stay hungry while they chefing, to go after what it is that you desire and what you want. Make the proper pivots by aligning yourself with step 3, your higher self, your higher power within you, and the higher power that is around this universe. By doing step 3 consistently daily, you are able to tap into the course correction you do need to make. Because again, there's not that you're not making mistakes or you're not doing something that is not aligned with the overall goal attainment. But you can do that comfortably and knowingly, and without the guilt or without the fear of what others are saying, because again, they're not the ones you put that marker to in order to make that move. It's again making the proper move with the proper aligned people, those who have pursued in the niche you're in, or people who have pursued maybe not in the niche that you're in, but have amassed some kind of success. You follow their trajectory, because like I heard Cat Williams say recently on a podcast he was talking, because he's a very excuse me, a very learned and well-read young man, said that every book that he's read, every autobiography, everything that he's always, paid attention to of past people who had seeming success within their era of living or whatever it is they were doing, whatever niche, it always worked out. And working out, may not look like what it needs to look like for you, but it worked out for them. And it always works out. It does. And at the end of the day, I'm prime proof of that. When I focus on the right things, not the wrong things, I let the haters cook and then I move on. All right. So let them cook. You go get hungry, you'll be just fine. Hope that made sense to you guys. I'll be coming back to you with another episode. Let them cook, from a different perspective, different paradigm shortly. But go out here, be great, live well, and I'll talk to you again soon, my friends.